Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has declared that Rivers people will always work for the unity of the country. He stated that Rivers State is central to national unity, noting that Rivers State and her people will continue to defend the unity of the country. He spoke at the 2020 Rivers State New Year Banquet at the Government House, Harcourt on Wednesday night.
Rivers State has been key to the unity of this country, and nobody will take it away from us. We believe in the unity of Nigeria. We believe in the unity of Nigeria. But believing in the unity of Nigeria gives us what belongs to us.
He said that the state passed through political challenges in 2019. He recalled that Rivers people stood up to defend their mandate.
Rivers people stood up and said, we cannot agree for evil forces to take over light. Rivers people, women, said, we will not allow this. And I thank them. I thank them for standing firm, for coming out to say, look, we will not allow darkness to take over light. So I thank them very much. We couldn't have succeeded the way we have done without the support of the legislature, without the support of the judiciary. It is not possible.
The governor said that no arm of government can do it alone without the support of other arms of government.
You must work harmoniously. The executive must work harmoniously with the legislature and the judiciary. But that does not mean, just like I've always said, if the legislature is not doing well, we'll tell the judiciary you're not doing well. If the legislature is not doing well, we'll tell the legislature you're not doing well. They should also say the same thing to say, executive, you have not done well.
He said that the truth must be told at all times because that is the only way the society would develop.
I will not fear anybody. I will tell you the truth at all times. I will say the truth. It doesn't matter. The truth must be told at all times. And that's the only way our society can move forward.
He reiterated that Rivers State is a Christian state, noting that security is improving in the state because God has intervened in the affairs of the state.
So I must continue to glorify God and thank Him. But of all odds, you have kept me, you have kept my family, and you have kept the state. Look at people who are talking about Rivers State insecurity. Is anybody talking again? It's not because of the security agencies, but it's because God is in charge of this state. And I have no challenge. I've told everybody who cares. It's not because of what I spend or notice I give that Rivers State is safe today. It's because I said, and I want not to say. And I've told my brothers, my friends, I have no apology to anybody. This state, I've handed it over to God. I say Christian state ancestral.
Governor Wike said that he will always promote the interest of Rivers State. He said he will never mortgage the interest of the state on any account.
Rivers State is a state of opportunity. It's a state where God has blessed us. I told my friend Aminu Tambuwal and Bala Mohammed, I will not compromise the interest of the state. I will not. They are my friends. They are here. If they come and take what belongs to my state tomorrow, I will fight back. I will not agree. They are my friends. Ask them, they are my friends. If they come and take my oil wealth, I will not agree.
He emphasized that he will continue to advance statewide development. He said no local government area has been neglected by his administration.
When your conscience is clear and you think that you are doing the right thing, go ahead. And I must move on to do what I think that is for the interest of the state. And I will do it. I have no grudge against any local government. I have no grudge. And I will not, when every local government gave me support. I'm not one of those people who say, because you gave me 2%. And all of you who are carrying this ethnic war, you cannot succeed. Nobody can succeed on ethnic war. You cannot. You can't. I was not the elected governor based on the fact that I'm from my area. No. I came out and showed myself and told people I have the capacity to move River State forward. Anybody who wants to govern River State, show us that capacity. Here must be a governor of Rivers State. Show them the capacity that you can move River State forward. That's where I stand.
He said that he has projects in all the 23 local government areas.
I have challenged every local government. Come and challenge me. Challenge me. In my local government, you are not doing anything. Challenge me. It's not to go and read him, to talk. We have all the people from the local government. Challenge me.
He said that the facts on ground prove that he has worked diligently for Rivers people.
I challenge anybody. And I tell my children, anywhere you should be proud. Tell them that your father said, in the 22 local government area, you must find my presence there. Even if I leave today as governor, I am proud to go home to say, look, this is what I have done.
Governor Wike called on Rivers people to unite and promote the interest of Rivers State.
Let us undertake this 2020 to put ourselves together and work for the interest of Rivers State. Don't allow anybody to come and divide us. If you don't believe in this state, or those who don't believe in this state, or those who are trying to raise sentiments and unnecessary blackmail, I will defend Rivers' interest any day, any time. So if anybody thinks that he can bring division for the people of Rivers State, it will not work.
Governor Wike said that contrary to claims by some opposition politicians, he has deliberately invested in the empowerment of Rivers people. He, however, regretted that most people mismanage empowerment funds.
Now, I want to support everybody. I will support. We have look at the percentage we have given to agriculture. It has never happened. Look at the percentage we have given to agriculture now. We want to focus on it to make sure our women and youth are fully engaged.
He said that his administration released 400 billion naira as business grants to Rivers women and young entrepreneurs, but beneficiaries of the grants failed to repay the revolving loans.
But let me tell you, when we came on board, we gave how much? About 4 billion naira to our women and our youth. Oh.
The governor added that the state government released 500 million naira as loans to private medical professionals who owned hospitals, but the scheme could not be sustained because the doctors didn't repay their loans.
For the first time, we want 500 million naira to support our people, to invest in their clinics and their hospitals. The money, ocean. It's ocean. Now, let me ask you, I see some of them, I see them every day. How has it happened? We leave 4 billion naira to our people. Now we are paying back. There's nobody that has come back to us to say, sir, out of this money I got, I've improved on this. See the state I've gotten to. Not one. 4 billion naira. 4 billion naira.
He noted that all the building contracts under the State Universal Basic Education Board, amounting to over 3 billion naira, were handled by Rivers contractors.
As I speak to you, we are renovating over 200 primary schools. Every contract is done by every Rivers person. Every contract, 200 primary schools, done by Rivers people. 3-point-something billion to renovate primary schools in the state. All the contracts were done by Rivers people.
Governor Wike assured that he will continue with the development of all parts of Rivers State in 2020.
So I want all of you to see that we have no other state other than the Rivers State. So take this 2020 as a year that all of us must be sincere to ourselves, work together as people.
Also speaking, Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal said that working with the Rivers State Governor, they will continue to deepen the friendship between Rivers and Sokoto State.
Between Rivers State and the entirety of northern Nigeria is very well known to all of us. And in particular, the relationship between Sokoto and Rivers is very well known to all of us. Myself and my brother have been trying to see whether we can continue to deepen that relationship between the people of Sokoto and the good people of Rivers State.
Tambuwal commended Rivers people for standing firm to defend their mandate in the face of plots to rig the election in the state.
And the people of Rivers State for standing by democracy. 2019 has been very eventful, as testified by virtually all those who spoke before me, especially for democracy in Rivers State. We were in our respective states. We monitored closely what happened here, and indeed the entire country took note of how all of you seated here from Rivers State and those who are not here collectively stood for democracy in Nigeria, and in particular for Rivers State.
The Sokoto state governor said that the same Major Mustafa who attempted to rig Rivers election was exported to Sokoto state after the election was declared inconclusive, but he also failed.
They exported someone from here, one Major Mustafa, who was the brain behind what happened at the collection center here, to go and do exactly the same thing in Sokoto. So even in trouble or troubled times, we share so many things in common with the people of Rivers State. But to God be the glory, we're able to scale through.
He said Nigeria will continue to work stronger as long as leaders remain committed to good governance.
As long as we continue to remain consistent on path of democracy, good governance, and selfless leadership, as exemplified by my brother, the governor of Rivers State. He's been doing exceedingly well in the service of the state, to the extent that wherever you go in Nigeria, when you are talking about governance and performance, his name readily comes up as one of the topmost governors that have been performing in Nigeria.
Bauchi State Governor Senator Bala Mohammed said that the government and people of Bauchi State always come to show solidarity because of the contributions of Governor Wike to national development and good governance.
He is very kind, always there, frank and straight to the point, and he has always provided the rallying point for people of our generation to come and discuss national issues.
He said that the Rivers State governor has become the new face of leadership in Nigeria. He said that Rivers State is lucky to have Governor Wike at this time of its history.
We're here to say to the people of Rivers State that you are lucky to have somebody like Nyesom Wike, and we really know that you are having good governance, and by the grace of God this 2020 you are going to see more of Nyesom Wike. We are going to see more of development, growth, and so on and so forth.
The Bauchi State Governor noted that Governor Wike represents the best in terms of leadership in the state. Senator Mohammed said that the Niger Delta is critical to balance of power. He said that the zone that lays the golden egg is key to development of the country.
The Niger Delta is the goose that lays the golden eggs, and we cannot play with it. Whether in terms of political relevance or economic empowerment that they have bequeathed to the nation, we have so much respect for you. I know respect begets respect. Your humility, your kindness, your openness has brought so many salutary effects on the governance of Nigeria.
Secretary to Rivers State Government, Dr. Tami Danagogo, said that the 2020 New Year's State Banquet is an event to celebrate the successes of the previous years and look forward for a glorious year ahead.
Government of Rivers State, I welcome you to the year 2020 State Banquet, which, of course, is an event to celebrate the successes of the previous year and to look forward to a glorious new year.
He said though the state had negative electoral challenges, Rivers people were able to secure their mandate during the 2019 elections. Danagogo said the victory of Rivers State over the struggle of Soko oil wells was the icing on the 2019 cake.
Rounded up the year with what I will call His Excellency's masterstroke in the Sokoto oil field matter. We are all looking forward to a glorious year 2020, with His Excellency leading from the front as usual.
The Sekis dance troupe held the audience spellbound as they showcased the rich cultural heritage of Rivers State. Former Attorney General of Rivers State Chief Adokia Mesimaka proposed a toast for the legislative arm of government. He said that Rivers State enjoys an exemplary leadership between the legislature and the executive arms of government.
In Rivers State, we have an exemplary relationship among the three units. In particular, the legislature and the executive have a wonderful relationship, such that should be an example for others to emulate.
He urged the National Assembly to take concrete steps to ensure that the electoral system is strengthened to such a level that it will be impossible to use the Nigerian army to subvert the will of Nigerians, as was attempted in Rivers State during the 2019.
At the federal level, I implore the National Assembly, in performance of its statutory functions, to please take another look at the electoral process. That seems to be one area where we still have a lot to do to sanitize the electoral system.
In the toast to the judiciary, Right Honorable Enime Judge said the judiciary is significant because it is critical to economic development. He expressed happiness that the Rivers State judiciary has grown to function effectively for the development of Rivers State.
Judiciary is very significant because a very essential component or requirement for ease of doing business is an effective justice administration system. And so when you have a functional judiciary that is up and doing, you build investor confidence.
Justice Elsie Thompson, who proposed the toast for the executive arm of government, lauded the Rivers State governor for his efforts at the development. She urged Rivers people to always pray for the executive arm of government to deliver good governance. She described the Wike-led executive as the best in the country.
This evening, I ask that we always remember the executive in our prayers. It is said that if the head of the fish is bad, the entire fish will be bad. If the executive does not get it right, the other arms of government will be in trouble. So we thank our Lord Jesus Christ for giving us a good executive arm of government.
Leader and friends of Rivers State joined the Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, and his wife to cut the 2020 New Year cake.
Ushering in the year 2020, and so we wish you greater glory and peace.